Welcome, dear learners. Welcome to the lecture series on investment management. Dear learners, this lecture is in continuation to the last lecture, that is on multiple growth rate model. In the last two sessions, we have discussed two problems on multiple growth rate model. This is another problem on the same multiple growth rate model. Now look at the question. The current dividend on an equity share of Dixie Limited is rupees 4. Dixie is expected to enjoy an above normal growth rate of 18% for 6 years. Thereafter, the growth rate will fall and stabilize at 10%. Equity investors require a return of 16% from Dixie stock. Find the PV of share, present value of the share. So from the given question, we can identify that D0 is given as, that means he is saying the current year. So he is not giving the expected dividend, but he is giving the current year dividend. The current year dividend is assumed to be D0 is equals to 4. Now he has given two growth rates. So G1, G2, and he has also given K. Now see, when two growth rates are given, we solve this problem using multiple growth rate model, or we assume that it falls under the purview of multiple growth rate model. So one growth rate is 18%. This is called, the first growth rate is called supernormal growth rate, which is for 6 years, and the second growth rate is the normal growth rate, what is 10%. Now we know in multiple growth rate, we calculate the price of the equity share or the value of the equity share using a series of sequential steps. So the first step is calculation of dividend stream. Now this dividend stream is calculated for the supernormal growth period. So the supernormal growth period, the dividends grow at 18% for 6 years. So I have calculated the dividend stream for 6 years. So we have a formula that D0 is equals to, in order to find D1's dividend, you need to take D0 as base into 1 plus G. So this growth rate is 18%, because during 6 years the growth rate will be 18%. The dividends grow at 18%. Now after finding D0, this 4.72 will become base for D1 for calculating D2 dividend. Now for D3, D2 will become base, D4, D3 will become base, D5, D4 will become base, D6, D5 will become base. In this order you try to solve, you will find out the dividend stream for the supernormal growth period. Now after, once we are done with the supernormal growth, the calculation of this dividend stream during this supernormal growth period, we proceed to the next step, that is calculation of a PV of dividend stream. Now we have found dividend stream in the earlier step. Now in this step we try to solve the present value of dividend stream. Now what do you mean by present value? So we will try to use some table values and find this present. So I have my dividend stream is for 6 years. So this is the dividend, and this is the present value interest factor. I have took this, I have shown you in the earlier sessions how to record this table values. So this is 16%. So so this is A, this is B, C is equals to A into B. So you will get this figure. Now let us look how to 16%. I will show once again the table value. So A3 table value 16%. See, here you can see 16% table value. So you will be recording these values for the supernormal growth period. So again, let us go back to the problem. Now you can see here, after calculating the dividend stream, the next step is we need to find the price at the end of the supernormal growth period. The supernormal growth period ends at 6th year, so the price at the end of 6th year. So it can be used, it can be solved by, it can be found by using a constant growth rate model formula, that is G, P6 is equals to D6 into 1 plus G by KE minus G. See, I have substituted here, but you need to be careful. This G from the, at the end of 6th year, the 7th year starts, and in the 7th year, the next growth rate comes into picture. The next growth rate is 0.10. You should be careful in this, using in between this, switching between this growth rates. So from the third step, when you are finding at the end of the supernormal growth rate, you need to use the next growth rate, you need to shift. So that is what here. So now once you are done with this, you will be simplifying it, you will be getting this P6. So I have here P6. So then in the step number 4, I will calculate the PV of P6. So present value of P6. So the present value of P6 is, I will take the P6 value, and this value, that is table value from A3 table, I will take the table value and multiply it. I will be getting 81 as my PV of P6. Then in the last step, we will find the PV of share. PV of share formula is PV of dividend plus PV of P6. So PV of dividend is second step output plus fourth step output. If we add, this is what is PV of this share, or the value of equity share. So this is how we have solved another question in this series on the multiple growth rate model. I hope you have understood the things, and still if you want to make any clarifications on it, you can do so by commenting in the comment box. We'll be coming up with next lecture soon. Till then, good day, goodbye.